I am struggling in my PTE read aloud even in 2025. I'm not understanding if I can skip few words. Can I read one line? What should be the ideal speed? What is the pitch related things? Well, if you're bombarded with all these questions, then trust me, today's video is the one which gives you complete insights on the PTE read aloud, because I'm gonna shed some light on the PTE read aloud concepts. If you want to make most out of this video, make sure you watch the video till the end. Hey everybody, Nakul here from SKILLS PTE ACADEMIC. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome packed video on the PTE Read Aloud 2025 Masterclass. Before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, and anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check the information in the description of this video. We left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. We will do the needful. Also, to tell you, recently we have released our PTE Speaking Cheat Code ebook. If you want to claim the ebook, the link in the description. The ebook has got everything that you need, including the complimentary practice perfect sample responses from me for all the speaking modules for both PTE Academic and Core. We have released it for a very nominal fee. You can find the link in the description and claim the book. Alright, without any further delay, let's straight away get right into the video. When we talk about PTE Read Aloud, remember it's the very first section of your PTE exam, and it's very important. Whatever you do in the PTE Read Aloud, software gonna understand about you from the PTE Read Aloud and expects you to do the same thing throughout the speaking section. Meaning whatever the things, the strategies that I talk about today for the PTE Read Aloud will be applicable throughout the speaking test. Meaning for repeat sentence, describe image, written lecture or respond to situation depending on PTE Academic or Core, and answer short question. It's the most important section because it contributes some 35 marks towards your speaking and 35 marks towards your reading, because it's a reading skill too. Meaning it's an integrated section. Approximately 70 marks you can expect from this simple module called Read Aloud. It looks something like this in the exam. Look at the text below. In 40 seconds you must read this text as naturally and clearly. You will have 40 seconds to read. Sometimes it becomes 30-35 seconds. So basically this is the preparation time. Whatever the headphones that you're wearing, the mic will be off during this particular time, meaning you can open your mouth and speak. Nothing will be recorded. This is the time given to you to prepare. And if you see a recording box at the bottom, it says beginning in 40 or beginning in 35, 10, 9, 3, 2, 1, and then there will be a beep, one beep sound, post which you got to start speaking. Remember, if you don't speak for first 3 seconds, the 4th second microphone will turn off. There is no way you can get this read aloud again. And the moment you finish speaking, click the next button immediately. Don't have to wait for the microphone to turn off on its own. An ideal speed would be 15-16 seconds, which I will be talking very shortly. But the moment you finish, click next. Once you click next, one more box will open asking you if you are sure to go to the next question. You say yes and quickly move on to the next question. Don't have to wait for the microphone to turn off on its own. Now let's understand the evaluation with respect to PTE Read Aloud. It's 5 for fluency, 5 for pronunciation, and 5 for content. Remember, there are 3 people running in the race. Who will be the winner? Very simple. It's the fluency who is always the winner. Pronunciation and content will not even come close to the finishing line. Meaning fluency, pronunciation, content is what the Pearson score guide says, but our focus should be mainly towards fluency alone, because pronunciation and content is not a priority. Now let's understand what fluency is. Very simple. Fluency means that constant rhythm. What is this rhythm? Tat, 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 tat. It's a rhythm, the heartbeat. Does it vary just like that at a natural environment? Of course not. When you're running, it may increase, otherwise it will tap, tap. It's a constant rhythm, constant speed. So if this is a read aloud, let me help you understand what this rhythm is all about. The artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional aesthetics, blending traditional tat, 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 tat. This is the constant rhythm. Meaning you gotta go at a constant speed. This is the first aspect of what fluency is. The second aspect is there should not be any fumbles. It's a 0 fumble rule. What I meant is the artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries. If you do like this, you will not get the scores. 2-3 fumbles are enough, to give you probably 1 or 2 marks from each read aloud. Remember, each read aloud contributes some 5 marks If you fumble 2-3 times, don't assume that you will get 4 out of 5. It would be 0, because fumbling is taken on the next level. That's the priority. It's a 0 fumble rule. I'm telling you, 0 fumble rule, 0 fumble rule, 0 fumble rule. Every fumble will take away 2 marks. What fluency is. The third thing is absolutely no hesitation. Hesitation, fumbles, they all come under the same category. Hesitation is like the artist latest, you hesitate to talk. It is not flowing freely like the river that flows. Don't build a dam, let it just flow. Don't obstruct it, let it just flow, just the way I am talking to you right now. What fluency is? Absolutely no intonation. What is this intonation? Right now I'm talking to you. Am I intonating like this? Am I singing? No, but in read aloud, people sing. I don't know for what sake people misunderstand this, because in the score guide it says intonation is required. The intonation they have mentioned is different from what we understand it as. Okay, let me just show you what intonation is and why it contributes very low scores towards ER speaking. The artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional aesthetics, blending traditional techniques with modern innovation. I spoke like this, I got 55 or 53 in my first 2 attempts. Don't do this, I'm telling you, because you're not going to speak like this naturally. So the idea is very simple. If you go to Australia, tomorrow you land in Australia. I'm sure many of you are already in Australia. Let's say you land in Australia tomorrow. All Pearson wants to make sure is you don't create chaos. You cannot go to a cafe and speak, I want to have a coffee today, can you give me a coffee? All they're ensuring is you don't speak like that. You speak, can I have a coffee today? In that way you prove here. But in read aloud, you're proving that if I go to Australia, I will speak with intonation, I will fumble. Then obviously Pearson says you're not fit to enter the country. At the moment, prepare well and then take exam again and prove that you're all good, you can speak naturally. Then we will give you the entry. It's as simple as this. Whatever you do naturally, the same thing you're going to do in the exam. When you speak naturally, you're not going to intonate, isn't it? So you're not going to fumble a lot of times. And there are many aspects to it. So that is what fluency is. The next is what fluency is. Not going slow. In my first 2 attempts, my speaking was 62 and 53. That is after taking coaching. You know how I spoke? The artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional aesthetics. Hey, good morning. Can I have a coffee today? I have never seen myself speaking this way in any coffee shop. Then in read aloud, I'm speaking this way because of my own assumption. What software will think if I speak fast? What if software don't understand? What if software? What if? All in the pool of assumptions. Whatever your mind is running at the moment, I have been through that stage multiple times. I exactly know what is running in your mind. You have your own assumptions about the software. Especially people from computer background will have some assumption, because I'm also from a computer background, and all my assumptions were tested. Everything just went in vain, because the way software works is completely different from the way we think. Don't go slow. What about going fast? That's not the fluency. What if I start speaking very, very fast like this? I'm sure many of you would start commenting, Nakul, you're going very fast. Isn't it? Same way here. The artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional aesthetics. I've seen people doing this and getting 90. Check the reading scores, will be 55 or 60. See, getting 90 in speaking is not a big task. But getting that 35 marks from read aloud towards your reading is a big task. Don't speak very fast. Software won't understand anything. Your fluency may be good, but your content, which contributes marks heavily towards your reading, may not be. As a result, your reading will go down, and most of the cases speaking as well go down. So what fluency is, you got to bring that naturality, natural speed. The artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional aesthetics, blending traditional techniques with modern innovation. Critics praised her ability to evoke a profound emotional response through her work, which seemed to capture the essence at the natural, comfortable speed. The speed which you are comfortable with, you go with it, but maintain the constant speed. Okay, what else fluency is? Crisp clarity. That is latest exhibitions or to push the boundaries of... Oh, no. You got to open the mouth. Just imagine you're talking to your friend. You will definitely give that clarity, because you want to convey things. Whatever you speak should not go wasted, correct? In the natural scenario, whenever you put that effort to speak to any of your friends or to any people around, you want them to understand. As a result, they would respond. Here as well, with that intention you speak. Whatever I speak, software should understand. This many people don't. They just want to finish. So give that crisp clarity. So all this under fluency. And if you give all this, which you would normally give in a natural environment, correct? You give this even in exam, you're gonna get fluency 90, as simple as that. Now let's understand what pronunciation is. Pronunciation is not about your accent, an English accent, American accent, Australian accent, and trying to speak. I've seen people, the artists' latest exhibition sought to push. I've seen all these things, all this drama. Because of their own assumption, if I take exam in Australia, I have to speak in Australian accent, otherwise you don't get scores. My friend told me this, find that friend, man, show that friend to me, I'm telling you. All these are just made up things. At the end of the day, what matters is whatever you speak is software capable of understanding it. I have Indian accent. Even if I go to some other planet and give exam and software evaluates, it's going to understand, it's going to give me scores. You don't have to change your accent and what pronunciation is, whatever you speak, you have to make someone understand. That is, latest exhibitions are to push the boundaries of national planning. Now nobody will understand. Or some people will have a little different pronunciation. That is still fine in the worst case. For example, they say for S, they say Z. For Is, they say Is. Is that a big problem? If you can't fix it, please do. In the worst case, it's still fine. We have seen people from different background, from Indian origin, due to their mother tongue influence, they have a different pronunciation and all of them have got 90. Because software is already well adept to understanding every kind of pronunciation with all these years of the data. So you don't have to worry much, whatever you speak in a normal natural environment. Do the same, don't have to download pronunciation apps and all, because it's very tricky to now change your pronunciation. Well, if you can, you do it. I'm not denying it, I'm not saying no to it, but it's absolutely not required. Open mouth more and speak, and don't swallow the words. That is, they sort of push down. Don't do that. Clearly, like how I'm speaking, how you would end up speaking in a natural environment to anybody, speak that way. Pronunciation absolutely should not be a problem. What about content? Alright, so content, we have made a lot of research. You don't have to speak everything perfectly. Well, if you can speak everything perfectly, please do. Giving a maximum content is always beneficial. Everything you speak perfectly if possible, definitely is. But what if one or two words are difficult? For example, in the paragraph, the artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional, I don't know how to speak this word. Then you speak in your own way. But when you speak, don't doubt yourself and speak boundaries of conventional, now marks are gone. You have two options with respect to content. Let's say you thought it is aesthetics, you say aesthetics. Boundaries of conventional, aesthetics, blending, don't doubt yourself. If you have the doubt, then skip this word. But don't have to doubt yourself and speak something different by fumbling. It's aesthetics. But if you have trouble in speaking this word, you can skip it. How many words can I skip like this? In 2025, I would recommend not to skip a lot of words, because software is becoming intelligent. There are a lot of, the human check as well, human intervention is what Pearson is saying. So let's not go to a very large extent and skip 5-6 words. 2 words max you skip. Don't skip all the words, all the difficult words. Try to put that effort and speak the words correctly. But 1 or 2 words you can skip and still get full marks towards your reading. We have tried and tested this. But when you skip, you got to make sure you skip in a way that you don't pause, you don't give extra fumbles. The artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional, blending traditional techniques with modern innovations. Critics praised her ability to profound emotional evoke. I skipped, aesthetics I skipped, but I skipped in a way that my fluency is not compromised. Getting it right? So this is the way you do it. What about reading one line? See, I'll tell you very frankly, I've seen students getting 90 out of 90, speaking, reading both by using one line. At the same time, I've seen students writing and listening 90, speaking and reading 72, 75, or speaking 90, reading alone 72, 68. So there is a mixed review. Even I'm not sure why it is so. Some are getting it, most of the people have not got it. So from that, I would always recommend people to read full, only because it is very easy to read. See, if I speak one line, I may get it. If you speak, you may not get it. Why? Because of the voice, or could be 100 things running at the background. So you don't have to ask your friend and make a decision. Your friend may have got it, you may not get it, or your friend may not have got it and you may get it. This is what it is. I would not recommend anybody to go with one line, only for the fact that it's very easy. Read full and just finish it off. Skip 1 or 2 difficult words if at all you have trouble in speaking them. Now let's again understand the mistakes with respect to speaking. I'll give you a final demo on few of the mistakes. The mistake number 1, speaking with intonation. The artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional aesthetics, blending traditional techniques with modern innovation. Absolutely wrong. Critics praise their ability to evoke a profound emotional response through our work, which seem to capture the essence of human experience. Absolutely 100% wrong. I'm telling you, don't get your scores. In the worst case, if you speak this way, you may end up getting speaking 90, but reading definitely would be heavily affected. You have to just maintain the monotone. What is this monotone? Speaking naturally. When you speak naturally, you go at, it's not exactly robotic, it's not up and down. It's the artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional aesthetics, blending traditional techniques with modern innovation. I'm not going up and down, and right now I'm talking to you, I'm not speaking this way. So it's monotone is what is required. Mistake number 1, avoid speaking with intonation. Mistake number 2, emphasizing the words. Why this? Because it's an important word. In the score guide it says anything important, you gotta stress, you gotta emphasize. Am I doing it right now? No, in a natural environment you probably will not. Just like that, simply emphasize or stress any words. The artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional aesthetics, blending traditional techniques with modern innovation. They're all contributing to intonations. If I draw your pitch graph, right, the artist's latest exhibition, you're stressing them. It's going up and down, marks will not be there. Definitely, if you do this, your marks will go down 100%. This is not the recommended way. And also to tell you, most of the students just from the YouTube video of mine will be able to get through. Many may not, because the way you understand things should be completely different from the way I would have meant it. So if you want more support like one-to-one feedback or something, you can enroll for our course. We will guide you in the right direction. But if you're very confident, you book it, you should be able to get through. You can see a lot of comments for most of my YouTube channels saying I got 90. A lot of people ask me how they can get 90. It's just that their level of understanding could be a little higher. This is the truth. Alright, so maybe you're busy with something else, you're not able to think properly about the concepts or understand the concepts in a perfect way because you've been occupied with something else. There could be many reasons. So if you need a course, you can join us. We will guide you. Let's move on to the third mistakes, fumbles and pauses. Let's start with pauses. The artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional aesthetics, blending traditional techniques with modern innovation. Critics praised her ability to evoke a profound emotional response through her work, which seemed to capture the essence of human experience. I want to have a cappuccino today. You never speak that way. Don't do this, you don't get the marks. Fumbles, like I already showed you before. The artist's latest exhibition like this, not even one should happen. I'm reminding you again, if happens one time, there's going to be a loss of 2 marks. But why it happens? Because you're rushing, you don't have clarity here. Calm yourself, take some 2-3 deep breaths and then start with a very confident mindset. The artist's latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of conventional aesthetics, blending traditional techniques with modern innovation. This is the way you do it. You do this way, you get the marks. You do the other way, perhaps you don't get it. Remember this. The mistake number 4, there are some people, even if I write a check and give them $1 million and ask them, please open the mouth and speak, they're like, oh, I don't open my mouth. There are people. So this gonna be a very big mistake. That is latest exhibition sought to push the boundaries of correlation. I've seen people speaking like this, you speak like this, marks will not come. You gotta open the mouth, you gotta make software understand what you speak. Please avoid doing all these mistakes. They're gonna all be very big blunders. Now we will talk about the pitch issues. I tried each and everything that you mentioned, Nakul, but still my marks is very low. What could be the issue? The 2 categories. One category would have assumed they would have followed everything. They may not have. They would be still making mistakes. Second category, they would have actually followed everything and still the marks wouldn't have come up. If you belong to the second category, not the first category, assuming I did everything perfect, my score is 45 overall. 100% assumption. But I did everything perfect. My speaking alone is 72, rest of them are 90. Or speaking alone is 55, rest of them are 72. Then yes, you belong to a second category wherein you have done your best, each and everything that I talked about. But you have some other issue called the pitch issue. If I download voice pitch analyzer or voice tools, any of this app for few of the phones, both the apps may not be available based on your OS version. You try in another phone, you will find them. You download this app and just speak and click record and test your pitch. If I do it, my pitch should be 150, 145, 150. Ideal pitch means a little sharper tone. There are male candidates who has a pitch of 80, 90, below 100, below 120. We've seen those students never got a very good score. Whatever they do, scores will not come. Very rarely people have got it with pitch of 120, very rarely. It's like, that is latest exhibition, so too. I'm not able to exactly imitate with a very thick voice. You calculate the pitch, you see the pitch in the app, it shows 100, 120. If that is a scenario, now you got to increase the pitch by thinning the tone. The artist latest exhibition. The artist latest exhibition sort of push the boundaries a little thin. It should not go to 250 in the pitch app you practice with, and ensure it comes to 140, 145. Our new website should be on probably very soon. We have tried and tested each and everything. So there we are including the pitch graph as well. So if you practice with our app probably very shortly, not the app, in fact the website, you should be able to see the pitch. But yes, for now you can download these apps and find out what your pitch range is. You may have to increase the pitch to 140, 150, 160 or 170. 180 is also fine for a male candidate. Below 140 is not suggested. How about you are a female candidate and your pitch is still very high, like 150, 160 for a female candidate, it should be above 200. Below 300, most of you, 99% will have below 300. There is no upper limit, but yes, it should be above 200. If you are a female candidate and struggling with a very higher voice, then you may have to thin it. The two ways of increasing the pitch, one is by thinning the tone, second is by shouting. I never recommend this. When you shout, you may think the pitch comes to 150, you may think female candidate pitch comes to 220. But the explosive sounds or whatever you give will not give good marks towards your content and pronunciation. So don't do that. Thin your tone and practice 140 and above, below 180 for a male candidate. 200 and above, 210, 220 would be ideal, or above for a female candidate. Make sure you do this as well. Now let's practice some 2 to 3 read aloud. I'm going to show you how to make use of the beginning 30-35 seconds. The first thing is very simple. Whenever you practice, don't give this 30-35 seconds. Your mind would get used to it and always want that preparation time. It's just reading, man. When you read a newspaper, do you give 30-35 seconds or 40-second preparation time? Of course not. So here as well, usually don't give it in the exam. How to do it? Very simple. Sort the paragraph for some difficult words, or you can just read them quickly. Bicycles, one of the most eco-friendly, efficient modes of transport. Not only do they reduce air pollution and carbon emissions, but they also promote physical health and well-being. Cycling is affordable, sustainable. See, these are the words that I may have difficulty in pronouncing, which I would know. As per my knowledge, as per my experience, I would know which words I have difficulty in speaking. You should know yourself. Getting it? Alternative to motorized, okay? Making it popular in urban areas with heavy traffic congestion. I think it's a very simple one, but if there are difficult words, you can just, pronounce them multiple times so that you get that flow. And once 30-35 seconds is done, you get that beep sound and start speaking. Bicycles are one of the most eco-friendly and efficient modes of transportation. Not only do they reduce air pollution and carbon emissions, but they also promote physical health and well-being. Cycling is an affordable and sustainable alternative to motorized vehicles, making it popular in urban areas with heavy traffic congestion. This is the way you practice, this is the way you speak in the read aloud. Let's move on to the second one. Cars have transformed the way we live, offering convenience, freedom and the ability to travel long distances with ease. As a cornerstone of modern transportation, they play a significant role in shaping urban development and global connectivity. This you practice multiple times for 30-35 seconds. If your reading skills are very poor, meaning you're not able to read fast like this, then it's very simple. You gotta take a book and start reading, take a newspaper and start reading fast. At the end of the day, it's reading skill. If you don't have a good reading skill, whatever the strategy I tell, or even if you take tuition from Pearson CEO, marks will not come. One has to accept this, improve on it, and then start practicing. Simply practicing will not come if your reading skills are very, very poor. Okay, let's see how to speak this. Cars have transformed the way we live, offering convenience, freedom and the ability to travel long distances with ease. As a cornerstone of modern transportation, they have played a significant role in shaping urban development and global connectivity. This is the way you do the third one. Let me just start just like that. Trust me, I am not prepared with all this, read alouds. Let me just start and see if I fumble or not. Roads are the lifelines of modern infrastructure, connecting cities, towns and rural areas and facilitating the movement of people and goods. They play a crucial role in economic development by enabling trade, commerce and access to essential services. For a comma, full stop, give a natural pause, go at a comfortable speed. I promise you shall have a very good score in your next attempt. Alright, I really hope this was an informative content. If you believe the same, like, share and subscribe and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. This is Nakul, Nakul signing off from SKILLS PTE Academic. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.